Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Let's play some sleigh bells because we have a beautiful holiday release from the lovely people over at By Terry. This is the By Terry Terryfic Glow palette. Yes, a play on words. The Terryfic Glow palette. In American dollars, it is $56, and it is 10 matte and metallic shades that we're going to look at both in studio and outdoor lighting, and we are going to try and recreate the look that you see right here. So let's just go ahead and get started. First of all, this year we have pretty reds, kind of a red and magenta-y pink theme for the case. So those of you that collect it, By Terry always does beautiful cases. I mean, look at the Terribly Paris case. Oh gosh, that's a few seasons ago, isn't it? And just really pretty and different color themes and different, they're really done extremely well. A lot of care put into this. This is very pretty, sitting on a vanity or just being kept as a little treasure. We're going to look inside at these 10 shades of matte and metallic, very creamy and buildable. So just take a look at those there, but we are going to swatch them and we're going to compare a little bit too. This is an interesting palette because I can't decide whether it's cool or warm. It's got a little bit of both to it, kind of middle ground. It's not overly warm and it's not exceptionally cool, but I kind of like that about it. And I'll tell you that By Terry is definitely working on their formula. You have to have a little bit of patience with independent brands. Years and years ago, seasons and seasons ago, I should say, I didn't like By Terry eyeshadow as much, and now every season I like it more and more and more. Well, they're perfecting the shades. So the matte shades here have a kind of they work with what they call natural mica and cerussite. So it has really smooth blending. And I know mica can get blamed and people can have trouble with it, but they assure us that this is, a very safe process. But they also use talc and pearl as a mixture in the metallic shades. If you have an allergy to talc, that could be a problem, but it really does make it kind of pretty and blendable and creamy for their metallic shades that just get better and better every season. Let's take a look at these first before we compare a little bit. First, let's take a look at all 10 shades, on my arm in studio lighting. Let's look at that there. So creamy. I wish you could feel those metallics, how creamy they are. I wish you could feel them with your finger. Come on over to my place and feel them with your finger. They really are nice and they apply so beautifully. They're very subtle and gentle, but they still are impactful on so many skin tones actually. So it's quite a feat. They're just getting better and better. And let's take a look at these shades outside on my arm in the warm California sunshine. Still very warm here and very sunny. Haven't gotten into our cool weather yet. There's my weather report. Look at those shades. I think they really show off the best in natural lighting like that. You can really see the intensity of the metallics. They're really kind of foiled, but you'll see during the demo that some of them actually come off as almost glittery. They come off as glittery, but they don't feel that way, and there's no real glitter particles in them. They're just kind of a really interesting, fun formula. Now, in terms of comparisons, there are many similarities. I held up earlier that I had the By Terry Terribly Paris out here as well, and we'll just look at them together and you will see there's some similarities in aesthetics. So here's the brand new palette opened up, and here is, for instance, the Terribly Paris palette, and they are actually kind of similar, except Terribly Paris, same pun, different palette, is a little bit warmer, I think. And when you see them swatched, they look more similar in the pan here, but let's show them swatched. I have our brand new Terryfic Glow on top, and then I put the Terribly Paris just for comparison down beneath it, so you can just have a look. And they are actually quite different when they're swatched, more so than in the pan, I think. But I'm super happy to do any more comparisons that you should need over on Instagram for you. Just let me know. We've been doing some really good comparisons over there. I want to now just kind of try this out with you and show you how pretty these formulas. They're just getting so good over at By Terry, and so sophisticated and pretty. Kind of my favorite look. So we're not talking hard-hitting dark blue and bright green. These are just kind of pretty mid-range shades. Now they're not too warm and not too cool. That just apply really nicely to the eye, and who doesn't like that in an eyeshadow? Sign me up for it. Let's take a look at the demo right now. Let's use some Wayne Goss brushes today as we get into this palette. I am going to start with a Wayne Goss number 18 right here on this matte shade right there. And I'm just going to put that all over the eyes. Nothing too exciting, guys. And then we're going to go into this shade right here, which is a slightly little bit more of a brown shade. Just wipe off the brush, same brush. No need to change. Making brush laundry for myself, or less brush laundry. Okay, I'm going to switch over here to a Wayne Goss, pardon all the noise, Wayne Goss number 7. I make a lot of noise with my brushes. I make a lot of noise with my pots and pans in the kitchen. I'm going to run that same shade underneath the eyes. And a Wayne Goss number 17 to go into this really pretty deep maroon or burgundy shade right here. And put that on the outer corners of the eye. This is a very pretty palette, and I really like how these shades are applying to the eye, which is the most important part. Forget the swatches, although those were nice too. Really subtle, really pretty holiday look that you could dress up with lipstick and do whatever you want, really, in terms of that. Let's go ahead and take, we're going to go back to this Wayne Goss number 7. I'll just kind of use the other side of it just to go right here. Put this just in the inner corner and a little bit here on the, just the center of the lid. Oh, this is so pretty. A little bit underneath the brow because it's very subtle. That's nice. Then I would take my finger and go into this shade right here and add a little bit more of that just to the lid, just for a little bit of holiday, kind of a golden sparkle. That actually looks more glittery than the shade is, but that's kind of fun. So I don't have any glitter fallout or anything like that. It's more just metallic, but it kind of gives the appearance of a sheer kind of glitter, which is very, very pretty. We do have this here if you want to line with it. I'm not a big liner on the lid because I have hooded eyes, but you certainly could. And a peach shade, let's have some fun with the peach shade. Why not? I'm going to take this clean Wayne Goss number 20, and I'm going to take this peach shade here. I'm really loving peach shades lately, like in the Huda palette and in the Viseart newest larger palette that Viseart released. And I just like those peaches. It just kind of blends everything just together really nicely at the end. Warms it up a little bit maybe. Very, very, very pretty. Similar to some other by Terry palettes, but kind of straddles the line a little bit better between cool and warm tones. And I think it's really pretty. You can kind of mix it and make kind of a cool, you can mix it with cool and warm tone makeup. I have a cooler toned lipstick on and a kind of warmer blush, and it kind of just brings it all together. So I actually think this is a very, very, very pretty one, especially for the holidays. And for those of you who collect it, I mean, look at the cover, right? Very pretty. Let me know what you feel about By Terry, and if you need any other comparisons over on Instagram, you can let me know here with your Instagram handle so I can tag you, or over on Instagram. Happy to compare whatever it is that you need. We've been doing some great comparisons over there, so I'd love to see you over on Instagram and TikTok too. Let me know what else you think in comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Hey, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to my channel as we come in strong for the new year that's coming up not too far from now in the holidays. Get some more viewers in and spread the word. And remember that you can become a member here on this channel. It helps support all the makeup that I purchase for $4.99 a month. You can become a member. Just hit join or somewhere below in there's a link in my description bar. We do weekly lives, and we're going to come up with a members only chat, just some fun behind the scenes thing. We'd love to have you on board if that's something you'd be interested in. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.